I love black people. I just favor them. I like them. I have my whole life. When I was a young white boy, I used to wish that I was a black person. I used to wish that I would wake up a black person. My girlfriend is black. She will be my wife.
Minority
my wife
of any
will
kind.
be black, and my children will be black, and I like that. I think black people are one of the coolest people on all the earth. I think they've taken such struggle and turned it into beauty and art like they do with everything. I think they're exactly part of what it takes to make America as great as it is, and we owe black people much more love and support than we give them. Notice how I didn't say anything negative against white people? But don't worry, they're not racist.
Dude, if I knew him and he was filming that, dude, you know, somebody that I knew, when he was done right there, I would have got right there and I would have said, homie, here, I got this one for you. I know you didn't say anything negative about white people, but here, I'll take one for the team. I got this. And then I would go on a fucking rant, absolute rant stroll about all the atrocities and the unconsciousness, even still to this day, of the majority of white people. And I have before. It would be of epic proportions. Muhammad Ali, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair, The Rock, you know, the great talkers on the mic of all time, even they would have fucking took notice.
He said
Oh,
to
I
me,
would have been on a
would you
fucking
like to
flow
sell?
stroll.
And I said,
Absolutely.
no, I couldn't afford to sell because I can't afford to go anywhere else. And he said, you won't sell? I said, no. He says, well, pardon me, Angie, these are not my words. He said, what are you going to do when these niggers move in here? And they get out in the porch in the summer and they drink beer. I said, hell, I'm going to join them.
We need more white people like that. So, you know, I said I wasn't going to differentiate or identify which white people I'm talking about. Message! You know what I mean? Shit, I'm going to be on the porch drinking with them. It wasn't scripted. She didn't have to think about it. Muscle memory was, I'm going to join her. Wasn't a hesitation, wasn't nothing.
Yeah, this
And
blockbusting
that's
was
what
a bunch of bullshit. It
unification
was done
is.
in primarily the 1970s as more African Americans were becoming a little more affluent and moving to what they felt were better communities for their families or whatever, you know, nice, lily white neighborhoods. Yeah, right. You know, and these blockbusters would try telling people, oh man, they're going to move into your neighborhood. You know, and it wouldn't even just be the threats of them being dangerous. It would be, oh, they're going to party. Oh God, really? They're going to bring some life into the fucking neighborhood? You mean the neighborhood will feel like it has a pulse potentially versus a scene from Nightmare on fucking Elm Street? Quiet, creepy all the time, 24/7. Really? Wow, goddamn. We'll call the fucking police. I mean, God.
What is the Republican Party? What is American conservatism? What is the Republican Party?
All right, so let's break these down.
It's individual freedom.
Personal freedom, as long as you're not LGBTQ, a woman, or a non-Christian.
Limited government.
Limited government, unless you're a pregnant woman, a school library, or a blue state.
The rule of law.
Rule of law, unless you're an ICE agent, a wealthy donor, or your last name happens to be Trump.
Fiscal responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility. White House ballroom, Trump arch, military budget, unpaid tax cuts, corporate subsidies.
Free markets. And
free markets. Again, corporate subsidies, farm subsidies, the coal industry, big oil, tariffs.
Human dignity.
And human dignity. Not if you're LGBTQ, an immigrant, poor, homeless, or a veteran.
I don't ask much more of anybody, but you got to hold the core principles that made us the greatest nation in the history of the world.
Sit down.
You ever notice conservatives always ask for evidence, but they don't really want it? They say, prove me wrong, or show me the study, or I'd love to see that data. They're not asking to learn. They're hoping you don't have it. It's called sea lioning, and here's how it works. They'll ask for proof, politely, even sounding reasonable. You provide peer-reviewed studies and data, then they disappear, because they never wanted to read it. Saying, show me the evidence, makes them look reasonable without actually being reasonable. It makes them look open-minded without being open-minded. They're not curious. They're just lazy. They don't want to read studies. They don't want to learn anything that contradicts what they already believe. So they demand you to do the work. And when you do, they ignore it, dismiss it, and disappear. Because reading evidence is hard. Saying, show me the evidence is easy. When you provide evidence that contradicts their beliefs, it creates cognitive dissonance, mental discomfort from being proven wrong. So they avoid it.